think when I click away from the emulator, it shuts off. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. This is a Ace Attorney and Legend of Zelda, what do you call it? ROM hack. It's a crossover thing. And I'm so excited! The music is wonderful! I don't have a controller set up. I made a little cheat sheet, so hopefully things will go right. I don't think I'm gonna need my mouse. Oh, fucking new game. Fucking new game. Okay, well, I mean... It's not a merge stream unless we have scuff. Search. New game. New gamer. New gamer. I don't plan on doing weird voices, honestly. Yes, what's my A button again? That button. Right, let's get into it. Good to know. For any lurkers that are here now, actually, I made a lurk button for you guys if you don't want to hit the lurk, whatever. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation? No one can make such a blunder, princess. I'm glad you enjoy it. We have the command and the button. I got that idea from Allie, actually. Yes! Oh. Oh no. They killed old Mario. This is just like his attorney. You'd think... I should probably have my glasses. Hold on. After so many years of doing this, I'd be used to the stress. So why am I shaking? Yeah, I guess it's a lot worse when your friend's life is on the line. Come on, gotta look professional. She can't see you like this. Speaking of her, though, where is she anyway? This is gonna be funny, yes. I will say, I did watch Maj and Phil actually play this for a little bit. So I do know a little bit of it, and then that's... I knew I had to play it for myself when I got to certain points. Just hearing the music, seeing the writing, I had to. This was made with love. I love it. Huh? What is it, attorney? The trial isn't starting yet. But it will soon, right? Would you happen to know why my client isn't here yet? I didn't get to speak much. Wow, I can't read. I didn't get to speak much with her when she was arrested, so I was hoping I can at least exchange a word with her now. Wahaha. Well, you weren't the only one with the idea. I believe she is currently in the prosecutor's lobby. Who do you think the prosecutor is, y'all? He wanted to talk to her as well. What? What is up with this guy? He bars me from the crime scene, blocks my detention center visits, and now this? Not to worry, she will definitely be here before the trial. Great, that'll be a joyous 5 minutes indeed. But there's nothing I can do but wait. Oh man, my screen is literally a tiny box, guys. It's like a sixth of my computer screen. So I probably should just read it on OBS. OBS is nice and large. Okay, this is ridiculous. How much longer can you keep her? Ah, see? There she is. No need to get all worked up. Malon, my lovely wife. Is something wrong? Did I hear shouting? So much for looking professional. No. Don't worry. Everything's fine. This is Malon. Ever since we met in Hyrule Castle Town all those years ago, we've been great friends. Her heart's in the right place. I know she cared deeply about her father. If everything's fine, why do you look so worried? They even have the animations, dude. The animations whenever, like, the Phoenix Wright people just talk. I love it! I love it! How did the investigation go? Did you find anything? Yeah, the investigation. I found tons of, groundbreaking stuff. Particularly that my opponent's a real scumbag. What did the prosecutor want from you anyway? Well, it was mostly just threats. He kept explaining in detail what'll happen to me if I'm found guilty. Doesn't sound like a vital discussion that needed to happen right before the trial. Oh, there's the Mur yawns starting. We got 2 more to go before Mur hopefully stops yawning. He probably just did it so we wouldn't have much time to talk. Yeah, sounds about right for the prosecution. You believe in me, right? I didn't do it. I'd never. Well... well, I might be a little suspicious. Oh, very funny. Haha, sorry. Of course I believe in you. Although, I'll be honest, things aren't looking very good right now. Sigh. What's that you've got there? Oh, this? It's just a pictograph of Father I carry around. Pictographs! That's from Majora's Mask. I just can't believe he's gone. Aww. Look at the horsies! And baby Malon! This is great. I love how you know that, honestly. I love the N64 Zelda games. Majora's Mask was my favorite for the longest time, too. Like, I played Majora's Mask more than Ocarina of Time, honestly. But yeah. Speaking of, I should probably get back to my Ocarina of Time playthrough. I want the Fire Temple. I wish I knew how to cheer her up right now. It's been a while, actually, since I played it. I was too much of a wuss to finish Majora's Mask, but I loved it. Why were you a wuss? Oh, when you were a kid. I mean, okay, Majora is pretty scary. And when the fucking... Why do I have anxiety? Why do I have good time management skills? / poor time management skills? Because the moon gonna crash and then I have to hear the stressful music. Hey, you know, that pictograph could be really useful for the trial. Oh? How so? Well, you look so happy together. I can present it to show that you two had a great relationship. You really think so? Ah, well, here you go then. Yay! At least I'll be walking in there with something other than my badge. Oh, yeah. Which one's my R button? E. Look at the link button! And then... E was my R button. Malon, age 27. My longtime friend and the defendant of the case. Talon, deceased. The victim, owner of Lon Lon Ranch and Malon's loving father. I don't know if I ever told you, but I learned how to read better because of games. Ooh! I still don't know how to read, so I'm glad that worked for you! I realized a lot, as I go back and play some of the older games and, like, read the writing and such, a lot of them I'm like, wow. Wow, the writing's actually pretty decent. Or it's poor, or it's this. And it's like, you never noticed that as a kid, or at least me. I was a very dumb kid, though. Like, dumb. I was a dum-dum. Big dum-dum. It's hard to know where to go in RPGs if you don't know how to read. And yup. For me, I'd probably ask my brother, be like, where do I go? I was very gullible and just took stuff at face value. Yep, that me too. I was super gullible too. Anyways, there's not much time left. I know it's hard to talk about, but could you tell me what actually happened? I don't stand much of a chance if I don't know your version of the story. I understand. Unfortunately, there really isn't much to. The trial is starting. Defendant, attorney, please enter the courtroom at once. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that stuff about having no chance. All right. Everything will be fine. The prosecutor has been playing me for a fool since this began, but sooner or later, his arrogance will be his undoing. Let's head inside. But yeah, once they say Port Town, I know it's a ghost by now. Yes. My name is Link. I skipped what he said over there, but whatever. I won my fair share of cases and lost some too, but this one is personal. There's so much at stake here. Not only do I have to save Malon's life, I've got to find out who did this to Talon. Talon? I always say Talon because I always say Malon. But is it Talon? Talon? Whatever. It's Lon Ranch, so Talon. He was always so kind. He didn't deserve this. I need to do him justice. So I read so fast and messed it up. Same. I think what made it worse is I learned how to read keywords quickly. Talon, Malon, Lon, Ranch. What if it is Talon and Malon? And it's Talon, Lan. It's so hard to not say Lon. Court is now in session for the trial of Malon of Lon Ranch. The defense is ready, Your Honor. If it was the second way, it would be horrible. Talon, Lin Ranch. Dragmire. Humph, I sincerely doubt that. What were they thinking, pitting me against some pathetic kid? Pathetic kid? What gives you the right to? Still your tongue. Did you see that turnaround? That was sassy. You bring shame upon the fine color of your hair, vile woman. Before long... That's the fucking fun karma! The no finger! Oh my god! Before long, the world shall know the horrible deeds you've committed. Let us not prolong the inevitable. Shall we begin? Now, this court is no place to be exchanging insults. Since the prosecution seems ready as well, let's hear their opening statement. The opening statement shall also be the closing one. Look at that fucking finger, dude. The fucking... I love it. I love it. Also, Dragmire. I had to do some research on this because, what the fuck? So originally I thought it was like cursing Link speak, even if it's just dialogue. I know, right? At first I thought, oh, maybe they gave him a fake last name because Ganondorf would be really, really long to put in that little box. But no, I guess it's canon for, was it Link's Awakening? I think they gave Ganondorf a last name, and it's Dragmire. So he's Ganondorf Dragmire. The girl did it! It's obvious! She killed her own father in cold blood! All so she could have the ranch to herself. Laugh. Percy, yep. Couldn't wait for the old fool to die naturally, could you greedy little rat? Quit breaking your chair. No! Your Honor, you can't allow this man to verbally abuse the defendant like this. She committed murder, kid. She deserves every bit of scorn she gets. I do believe a little less commentary wouldn't go amiss. Bah! I assure you, old man, you will change your opinion once you see all of the damning evidence. Who is this guy? How can he speak to the judge like that? Ganondorf Dragmire. Looks like I've been lucky to avoid meeting this man until now. The stories I've heard about him must be true. a boorish barbarian of a man hailing from the Gerudo province. Apparently, he prides himself on the nearly clean streak he's cultivated for decades. Nearly clean? I want to know what the yeah. Hold on. I wonder if they're going to make more. I want to know what, you know, nearly clean. Why isn't it a perfect streak? He could have been Von Karmering it up. All while disrespecting everyone in the court, including the judge. Stream was good. Goal was completed. Yay! Congrats! So now you have to do VR Subnautica modded? Oh no. Dude, ping me when that happens. I kind of want to see that. That's gonna be wild. I've even heard some attorneys refer to him as the King of Evil. Definitely has that look at the very least. Who wears full armor to court? Me. Yes. God, I love this game. I love this already. I love it already. I already also drank half my water. I really need to get a humidifier in here. Anyways, very well. Present your case to the court. Humph. You don't seem to like me talking, so I'll just let the detective present the basics. Bring Impa of the Sheikah force to the stand. Yeah, you do. Ugh, I need to get myself one. I know Impa. She's quite a competent detective. Yell at me, what do you... Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fun. And now movie night with a friend. Ooh, what you gonna watch? Also, what do you want me to yell at you for? I'll yell at you. Sensu? Sensu, have you did your self-care, aftercare stream stuff? You get yourself some water? You got a snack? Sensu, did you do that? Are you gonna go to bed at a decent time, Sensu? Sensu? Did any of that cut out? Because I am also trying to, fix my audio settings still. No, it did. You heard it all? You heard me yell at you? Hello? It all got captured, yes. But Atlas, I totally stole your routine because I love it. Oh, please let her have made a mistake just this once. Yeah, Impa of the Sheikah Force. Look at her outfit. They went so far as to do that, you know? I love it. You never change, do you, prosecutor? The freaking detective code. Any possible change would be for the worse. Now, stop wasting time. Name an occupation. Oh, man. Very well. I am Impa, head detective of the Sheikah Force, Homicide Division. True for now, at least. Well, what are you waiting for? Start talking! Bye! Bye, Atlas! Thanks for stopping by, and thanks again for the bits! You're so sweet! Thank you so much! I really appreciate it! Ay. You were the one assigned to this case, so you know all about it. What calamity has befallen our fair kingdom? All right, I will chill and do some looking into cyber. Enjoy! Thanks again for the raid, Sensu. Enjoy the lurk. Enjoy your side projects. Humph. Still can't be bothered to give a proper opening statement. I suppose I can do the prosecutor's job for him this time, for the sake of the unbiased look. Please go ahead, detective. The incident happened earlier yesterday morning on Lon Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located just south of Castletown. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch house. A tragic loss for our kingdom for sure. I have seen that man around Castletown a number of times delivering goods. This song! Do you hear it? I want to see who did the music. They did a fantastic job. You can download the soundtrack too, I saw, so I might have to. I really like it. Quite. The owner was a rather important figure. Oh yeah. The owner was a rather important figure in the local community. In any case, We were alerted to the scene of the murder by the Royal Guard, who were there on official business. Official business? What kind? As I understand, the ranch provides the kingdom with vital services. To ensure it's operating as it should, and as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. Huh, I see. A scheduled annual visit. Continue, Detective. When the Sheikah force arrived, they found the victim bleeding out onto the floor. Next to him lay his daughter, Malon, breathing but unresponsive. After a thorough investigation, we arrested her as she was deemed the only possible culprit. That about covers the gist of what happened. Very nice and succinct. Keep that up, and perhaps you will keep your job. Oh, I don't think the good detective here has much to worry about. Has to worry about much. Did I mention I'm dyslexic? Given as she is the head of the department. Which reminds me, why is the head of the detective? Which reminds me, why is the head of the detective on a case like this? Were the other detectives unavailable? That would be because I have been assigned. That would be because I have been assigned to this case. New sentence. The king himself assigned you. That doesn't happen very often, does it? You are correct, Your Honor. I am not usually involved in field work like this. This time, however, the king felt it necessary because of who is involved. Who is involved? Is the death of a ranch worker really such a concern for the king? Well, as I said, Lon Lon Ranch is a very important supplier of goods, to be sure. But that's not who I meant. Look at the fucking knife! Oh, can you imagine if Gumshoe was like this? Detective Gumshoe just fucking whipping out knives and just being so, what's the word? Good at his job. I imagine the king wanted the top investigators on this job because it was the royal princess herself who discovered the crime scene. What? Oh my god, this song. This is so good! Just music appreciation moment here. This is when they're at the end of the game, right? When the castle's collapsing. It's such a good, oh god. Order, I will have order. The royal Princess Zelda witnessed a crime? Ha! And there you have it. This case rides on the princess's own words. To doubt it would be to doubt your own royalty. This is bad. I can't really object to that. Very well. If the princess is testifying today, it's better we don't make her needlessly wait. Detective, please testify about exactly why the defendant was arrested. Witness testimony. The reasons for arrest. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. All the evidence points towards this girl being the culprit. We determined that the murder definitely took place inside the ranch house. There were only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out on the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that's what was used to kill the victim. She seems like such a bright girl. It's most unfortunate. Your Honor, I would like to submit these pieces of evidence to the court. First, I have the autopsy report performed by the Crown's top coroner. Sweet, sweet. Here is what we determined to be the murder weapon, which we took from the defendant's hands. What a saw. To make sure we had the correct weapon, we conducted a very thorough investigation. Naturally, we searched everyone and thoroughly examined the ranch and its vicinity. Nothing unusual was found, but to be safe, we also checked the ranch's inventory list to see whether anything was missing. The list matches the items we found on the ranch exactly, and nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. Nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. Okay. Okay, Impa. Huh, that does sound quite compelling. This must have been a truly terrifying scene. Dying from a wound made by a weapon like this is extremely painful. This only helps to prove the defendant's viciousness. At this rate, they're gonna paint Malon as some heartless monster. There is one more thing I feel I should mention, for the sake of completeness. Shortly after we arrived at the ranch, a courier showed up to take some milk shipments. Of course, business must go on. This is really necessary to enter into evidence, though. The shipments did end up leaving the ranch, so I feel it bears mentioning. Were the contents checked before you let them go? Naturally. Who do you take us for? Even though the worker handling the shipments did get quite worked up about it, we cracked all of the boxes open to check what was inside. In the end, it did turn out to only be milk bottles. Milk bottles! So we let them go. Very well. Thank you for your thoroughness, Detective. So, what happens now? Well, this is where I step in and perform a cross-examination. Ah, great! How does that work? Huh? Could you explain what you're going to be doing? I love they're even doing the fucking explanation! I'm not gonna read the instructions. Oh my god, this fucking shocked face. They'll just repeat it as many times as you want? So yeah, if you've played Phoenix right, you know exactly what's going on. We gotta press the witness! Grill them for info! Yep, since the witness has to come up with the answer on the spot, if they're lying, prompting for more info can make them slip up. Most importantly though, if I find something that doesn't line up with the evidence, I can press R to bring up the court record. Yeah, like this. Like this. Oh, right. Like this. The saw's clean of blood. Ooh, press A for details. So X is my A button. Got rakes and garden hose and buckets and hammers and knives and wood saws and saddles and horseshoes and axes and brooms. So yeah, I can only see this one page. Ingo did the inventory on March 15th. B, what's my B button? C. Milk shipments. Let's see, profiles. So now we have Judge, jolly old man who has presided over some of my cases. Dragmire. They made Dragmire age 59. Is that canon? I don't know if that's canon. If anyone knows, I want to know. Prosecutor assigned to the case, rude to others, easily angered. Impa, age 34. Head of detectives, assigned to investigate the case. Cool. B button. Which is my C button. Okay. I am so thirsty. Ooh, that's a button. I gotta figure out what it is on my computer. Oh, and I cannot only present evidence, but profiles as well. Okay, good to know. Profiles. The court record contains a list of all the people involved too. Because I know some Phoenix Wright games, they don't allow you to do the profiles. So this one's a profile game. Is the defense done whispering? Sorry. If he's so upset about it, why doesn't he just press... Do I have that button? I think I do. I think it's D for me. The defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Bah! A waste of time. I sincerely hope you're not implying that standard court procedure is a waste of time, Mr. Dragmeyer. In any case, we're ready, defense. Please begin the cross-examination. I wonder if they're always just gonna consider Link just the defense, because we don't have a last name for Link, it's just Link. But we have Mr. Dragmeyer, Prosecutor Dragmeyer. All right, let's find my press button. Q. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. So Q is press. What makes you think she's the culprit? How accurate is that, guys? She's just about to tell you. Keep quiet and listen. Right, sorry. Indeed, as I was saying, we determined that the murder definitely took place inside the ranch house. And just how did you do that? It's quite simple. There was no blood found anywhere else. Had the victim been attacked at some other location, we'd expect a trail of it leading to the scene. Couldn't the killer have just cleaned it all up? Certainly not. The path to the ranch house at Lon Lon Ranch is not paved in any way. Cleaning blood off the ground would require disturbing the soil. Naturally, we found nothing of the sort. Bah! There wouldn't have been enough time to pull that off anyway. Likely true. Right, it sounds like the location of the crime scene is pretty firm, but I'm not giving up yet. There were only 3 people on the farm. Hey-ya! 3 people, you say? I guess that would have to be Mr. Ingo. Let me stop you before you start getting too excited. If you had listened to the rest of the detective said, you'd notice she mentioned an alibi. Indeed, we're pretty certain that the ranch worker couldn't have been involved. Well, what is his alibi then? You might remember that I brought up the outgoing milk shipments. Well, the worker, Ingo, was in charge of them. He left the ranch house first thing in the morning and was busy preparing the shipments after that. Is that so? Surely he could have gotten away for one really quick little murder? Bah! This wouldn't just be a quick little murder, as you crudely put it. He'd have to have taken steps to hide his involvement too. There was definitely not enough time for that. Unfortunately, I agree. Preparing a shipment is a lot of work. You have to milk all the cows, clean all the bottles, pour the milk out into them, arrange them all into crates, and finally load it up into a wagon. Usually I had to do it together with Father to finish it before the courier arrived. The shipments were already... I hate that sentence. The shipments were already ready when we arrived at the ranch. We were oh god. I got this, y'all. Deep breaths, Smur. When we checked the boxes, they were all fully loaded with filled milk. Ugh. I need a dyslexic version, man. So this Ingo was able to do the work of 2 people all on his own? Isn't that a bit odd? Odd or not, he evidently just that. I love how I can't decide any voices. Clearly he is a man dedicated to the job. Or perhaps the girl and her father are just very inefficient. Good diss, man. This whole thing seems awfully suspicious if you ask me, but I guess I have nothing to dispute it with. The defendant was found unconscious. Okay, yep. Hot. Hey, I mean... Malon fainted? Correct. We couldn't get her to wake up for a long time. Eventually, we decided to administer a healing fairy so she could be questioned. I guess finding the body was just that much of a shock, huh? Ha! Probably just pretending, trying to make it look like she had merely found the body. In any event, she was holding the weapon. There's the other yawn. All right. And how can you be so sure of this? Look at the autopsy report. Deep, irregular wound. Hey, he's holding the weapon. He doesn't have gloves on. It's him. He did it. The saw was the only sharp implement in the ranch house that could produce such a wound. And, as I've already mentioned, we already looked closely at all other sharp things on the ranch. None had recent blood on them. That still doesn't necessarily mean the saw was the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit hid the real one. He even does the point. Huh. Oh yeah? Prove it then. Show us the real murder weapon. Well, I definitely don't have any way to do that. Still, something bothers me about that saw. So, you have nothing? Humph, what a waste of time. She seems like a bright girl. Hey! She sure is. We've known each other for years. Yet she murdered her father in cold blood. How curious. Perhaps you're just bad judges of character, both of you. No way! Just give me some time and I'm going to prove it. Humph. Do you see anything wrong yet? Well, usually it's difficult to find anything wrong with the basic facts of the case. That said, I do think I saw one small thing. Really? That's great! It sure is, because I gotta give Malon more of a ranch, a Valley Girl accent, don't I? It sure is, because I gotta poke holes. Yep. Court record. E. Alright, so present is gonna be the start key? Nope, no, it's the up arrow key. That's what I gotta find. W, cool. C button. Wrote it down. My tracking's going funky. Let me turn off. Okay. Oh no! Everything's going wrong. Ow! God! Everything's going wrong! Alright. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Might have pinched my hand between the desk and the chair, but I do that on the daily. It's numb. No, I have a light that's sitting on top of my tower, and I have something else precariously there, and it fell down. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It seems like a very large oversight. I just wanted to make sure of something. They even have the paper tap. They even have the paper tap. I just wanted to make sure of something. The state the saw is currently in is how you found it at the crime scene? That's correct. That's strange. Considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was? Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon? Ha! Is that all you have? Huh? Naturally, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean. Behold, this cloth was found in the defendant's other hand. As you can plainly see, it is stained with blood. The defendant simply, they even have the blue screen. This game's great. Best game, 10 out of 10. The defendant simply had wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide her involvement. If Malon was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene? Bah! Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the ranch. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she just stumbled upon the scene. Yeah. Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. The court accepts the bloodied cloth into evidence. Bloodied cloth. Okay, cool. So, what's the story with this cloth? Well, as I was doing the final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gets a bit too rowdy, you know? Right. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. There we go. I got her voice down. But the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Oh, goddesses! Are you okay? Well, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a lot, though, so I used that cloth to quickly bandage the wound. I was actually going into the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence. Ha! A likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. The Sheikah Force had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. I do have to give her some credit. She is one cunning woman. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand. Ho ho! Why yes, fairies are wonderful. Just the other day, I slammed my hand with the gavel. I love the fucking, this is such a judge. Ugh. I love it. Great. I'm glad to know they're used for such important things. But, dang it. Too bad there's no way to tell whose blood there is on the cloth. See, they thought about that too. I love it. I do believe the matter has been settled. I'm ready to call my next witness. Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her? You served your purpose, Sheikah. Be gone! Fine. But you had best treat Her Highness with respect, or I'll see to it that you spend the night in the dungeons. Do not presume to threaten me, Sheikah. A night of darkness and solitude would be nothing but comfort for me. Samesies! Samesies, Ganon! Is that so? Then perhaps we should fill the dungeon with lit candles for the occasion. They're glaring daggers at each other. If this doesn't end soon, we're all in trouble. Order! Order! I'm sure we'll treat the princess with the utmost respect. You may step down, detective. This case has already made me wary with all the pointless jabber. The time is ripe to deal the final blow. I call Her Highness, Princess Zelda of Hyrule, to the stand. See, now this is where I use the higher voice without the accent. Is something the matter? Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden? Ah, Your Highness. I believe we're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. It is quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in this hall so you hear this music. So good. Oh my god. I'm downloading the soundtrack later. Bah! In the face of the law, the princess is no different from a peasant. Name and occupation, now! The prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess. Derogatory? I simply wished not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure. Oh, man. It is all right, Detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. On this stand, I am just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment. Very admirable, Your Highness. We can all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in its future. Yes, indeed. I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom in their image. You flatter me, prosecutor. Now then, I believe I was asked for my name and occupation. I am Zelda, current princess of Hyrule and heir apparent to the throne. Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at Lon Lon Ranch to witness this terrible incident? It is simple, really. The Lon Lon Ranch is Hyrule Castle Town's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's royal guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit as a gesture of goodwill and to ensure the quality of the steeds. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used by the royal guard. Yep. We work hard every year to make sure they're in the best possible condition. Father loved to boast about it to the other ranch owners. Ha! Knowing Talon, I'm sure he did. How unfortunate that the ranch may no longer meet the crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust. We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high. Yes, of course. Now then, please describe what you saw on the day of the incident. Very well. Here I go. She's like... So does she have like... I don't remember what she looked like in the 3D remake of Ocarina of Time. I didn't click that, it went by itself. But this is pretty much just young Zelda's, like N64 Zelda. That's her outfit and face, and then they gave her the hair of the adult Zelda, I think? Or is this like a completely new skin for her? I don't know, but I like it. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little after 8 a.m. accompanied by my loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the saw she was holding. I was overcome with fear, and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such a horrible violence. What? Oh my, you saw the very moment the victim was killed? There you go. The decisive testimony. As there is no need to doubt the princess's statement, I call for the judge to make a ruling right away. I love it. Hey now, hold on. I didn't get to cross-examine the witness yet. You haven't, fool, because there is no need. Do you not hear one word of what I said? Huh? Didn't you just say we should follow all procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? This is a defense's right. You complete. I believe the defense has a point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination, no matter who is testifying. I was quite looking forward to this part myself. Come on, Zelda. I have only ever read about court proceedings in the Royal Library. That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations towards the princess. Is that clear? Naturally, Your Honor. How am I going to cross-examine the princess? This isn't gonna end well. What's gotten into the prosecutor? That seemed like a rather intense outburst. Huh. Well, I do have a guess. Oh? Because of the princess's status, it's possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her. That might mean that this testimony is even a surprise to him. This could be my chance. Before we begin, there was just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle at the crime scene. Humph. That would be this, I presume? Why, yes, that's exactly it. What is that? Oh, this is the bottle of perfume my father would tend to give to her highness. Wow. Wow, that was good, Merc. Good job. Intended to give to her highness when she arrived. He quickly rode out to town to get it at the last moment. We didn't know that the princess was coming instead of the king until only about 2 hours before the visitation. Oh, how thoughtful. Oh, how thoughtful. He really did not need to bother himself so. As fascinating as this all is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case. Ah! I love it. It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle to be accepted into evidence. Bah! Desperate to latch onto every little thing, are you? Whatever. You can add it to the evidence if it'll make you happy. No skin off my teeth. In that case, the court accepts this bottle into evidence. Yay! Oh, what a cute little bottle. I love it. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination. How you doing? Oh, is that... See, I'm gonna... Okay, when it's break time, I'm gonna grab my glasses and get more water. She arrived at the Lon Lon Ranch. Let's press her. If these guards were with Her Highness, why were they not called as witnesses? We did question the guards, naturally. Apparently, they didn't get to see anything relevant. I was the only one to enter the crime scene. After seeing what was inside, I stood guard and insisted that no one be allowed inside until the Sheikah force arrived. I have read that preserving the scene is vital. Quite correct. I'm sure the guards were absolutely thrilled with this order. Please proceed, witness. Have you conducted these royal visitations in the past, Your Highness? No, this was my first one. Up until last year, my father was always the one to visit Lon Lon Ranch. Father always, okay, yep. However, he decided that I had to start preparing for all the royal duties that await me. And so I was to do it this time. You will doubtlessly perform admirably as the ruler when the time comes. I kind of see Gan saying that more sarcastically than I'm giving it to him. What happened when you got to the ranch house? Hey-ya! And? What then? Stop interrupting and let her get to the point! Defense! I believe I was clear about not badgering the witness. Drat, I need to calm down. It's an okay name, but it could have been better. Yeah, I think it'll grow on me. But yeah, Attorney of Time is a pretty good name for it. You paid attention to something like that after seeing a murder princess? Well, I spent a rather long time in there waiting for the Sheikah force to arrive. Plus, I'm losing the voice again. Plus, that bottle is quite beautiful. It just stood out. Where's my water? Where's my water? This is right. It's so good. It's pretty. I don't know if I want to say faithful, but it's. What's the word when you. What is the word? I'll just use the word faithful for now. It's pretty faithful to the writing of Phoenix Wright and how silly that is. I'm very happy for it. Oh yeah, the court record. Hold on. What's my court record button? That's E. We even have a court record to choose things from. Profiles. So now we have Zelda. Age 4. She is 14 in this? I would have expected to make her maybe... So the cool vibes, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm just thinking, like, I I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just a fan game, right? But I would have made Zelda closer to like Link's age if Link is an adult who's a prosecutor, right? How old's Malon again? 27. Wow, yeah, they made her older too. I would have expected her to be like 17 or 18. Doesn't matter. Maybe they just wanted to make sure that we knew Zelda just could not do it. Hold on, what's my B button again? C. Alright, but in front of the table. Alright. You were there at the exact time of the murder, Your Highness? God dang it. That's right. I wanted to push enter. So I'm using my keyboard and the keybinds are all funky. And I couldn't really change it. It was kind of a pain to change it, and I already started stream, and I was like, yeah, whatever, we'll figure it out. So I have a written piece of paper out with the things there, so I just gotta remember my keys. That is correct! That's impossible! You're lying! The defendant will curb her outburst. You're addressing royalty. This is really bad. What now? Let's ask about the crime scene. Where were the victim and the defendant at this time? The ranch owner was in front of the little table that is directly across from the entrance door. The defendant was right in front of him and quickly fainted after her attack. A large pool of blood started forming where the victim was. I had a rather good view of the whole scene. Right. It is... I just had like a brain blast here for a second, but it is unfortunate as it is fortunate that you could see the whole thing in such detail. Now, please continue. My guess is maybe they made her younger, because like, you know, in Ace Attorney, you know, we catch witnesses who didn't, you know, lying all the time, and usually in real life, you know, they, there's a punishment for that if you're lying in court, right? So if she's 14, it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. You're 14, teenagers, young teenagers like that like to exaggerate. So I guess that's why we're not going to put her in contempt of court. Ask her about what was outside. Are you sure there wasn't anyone else at the ranch, Your Highness? No, the place looked empty. Although I did later see a worker pull up a loaded wagon when the courier came asking about milk shipments. He caused a little bit of a scene when the Sheikah force started inspecting it. That worker must have been somewhere else on the ranch, I suppose. The ranch is pretty large. Said worker was inside a building on the other side. It's quite understandable she wouldn't have seen him until later. Drat, this really doesn't give me a whole lot to work with. Should I ask something else? I'm not gonna accuse her of the crime. I'm accusing her of the crime. Well, if you were alone there, how can we know you didn't do it? Accusing the princess? Pathetic. The defense is truly grasping at straws. You fool! You think a child could overpower a grown adult? One who does hard manual labor every day? And besides, why would the princess even want to take her life, or take the life of a measly ranch owner? And not just any ranch owner, one that the crown had a most successful business relationship with. Idiotic, simply idiotic. Well, maybe the crown wanted the ranch for themselves. Has the defense lost their mind? Cease this line of questioning immediately. Perhaps a penalty will disabuse the defense from further unsubstantiated accusations. Oh, look at my hearts! No? Then perhaps the defense wants to bid farewell to their head. I hear traitors are dealt with swiftly these days. Oh. I extend my most sincere apologies. I don't know what came over me. Nonetheless, I believe a penalty is very much warranted. It even has the sound! I love this! The princess is definitely a serial killer for sure, yo, for sure. We've seen her in Smash. She can do some KOs. There's definitely something off about her statement, though. Should I ask something else? No, 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 we're good. That's enough. Oh, is my mouse still there? Whoops! I was overcome with fear and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. Are you sure you got a good look then, Your Highness? You didn't look away in panic? Oh! The princess was very brave to take control of the situation the way she did. There is no need to doubt what she saw. Suppose she was admirable. If only we arrived earlier. Your Highness, don't blame yourself for this. If you'd arrived earlier, you could have been the one that got attacked. Ha! So you would have lashed out at someone or at anyone trying to stop you, huh? Despicable. Yeah. That's not what she meant, and you know it. Princess, please go on. Very well. I heard that Talon in his diary. Yeah. Had the wrong voice coming out again. Trust your heart, Your Highness. You know Malon didn't do this. What nonsense! Her heart? What do her organs have to do with anything? Oh, of course. Evidence and testimony be damned! Just because we feel the evidence or the defendant must be innocent. Oh, well, if you're sure, then I declare today's verdict. Have you gone senile, old man? Oh my god, this is amazing! It was a joke, much like the arguments the defense has been presenting. I can't believe the princess would lie like this. Yeah, it's really shocking. You don't believe her, right? Even if she's the princess, that means nothing. I didn't do it. Do you trust authority or your best friend? I'll need something very concrete to disprove what the princess is saying. Alright, so she arrived a little after 8 a.m. Court record. Deep irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. Victim died from blood loss no later than 8 a.m. Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match up with the facts. How dare you question the princess? This is... You will let the defense speak, prosecutor. I think I see why he's so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Frickin' princess indeed! Your Highness, you stated that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 a.m., correct? Yes, the visit was scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we were a bit early. I see. That makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As stated by the autopsy report, the victim definitely died before 8 a.m. Huh? You couldn't have seen the defendant attack the ranch owner when you arrived. Because the victim was already dead by then! Order! Order! Yes! You really caught her in a lie! Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? While I wholeheartedly respect this and serve the crown, I will nonetheless tolerate any lies in this court. I have not lied, I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. I guess I only thought I did. Princess, this is a matter of life and death. I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. There is no one else who could have done it. I remember all of the other details correctly. The body's on the floor, a pool of blood. You have to believe me. Look at her cute little face. I make that face. Death penalty to her. Dude, yes. Put her in contempt of court. That's not good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. I'll have to find something else, or the case will be over. Is it break time? Oh, nope, okay. Witness testimony. What I actually saw. I am sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack, but it had to have happened shortly before when I went into the ranch house. Miss Malon and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime. So she must be the culprit. I see. You only saw the aftermath of the scene, but not the actual crime being committed. Very well. Hopefully, there are no issues in your testimony this time. Defense, it's time for your cross-examination. Naturally, Your Honor. Dragmire still looks pretty angry. I bet he didn't expect such a blatant contradiction to pop up. If I could just find another one like that, the princess's testimony would become completely untrustworthy in the judge's eyes. The eyes of the judge. Alright. Hey, I mean... Why did you do that, Your Highness? There's a life on the line here. I really am sorry. I suppose I got a bit too excited about being a witness in the actual murder trial. An actual murder trial. Really now. Most people hate testifying. Yes, well, the life of a princess is rather boring, you know? This is quite the break from the routine for me. Just get a hobby then. Have you ever heard of streaming princess? I did not see the actual moment of the attack. In that case, it can't be conclusively proven that the defendant did it. Psycho princess, yes. Defense, did you exhaust your singular brain cell on that last contradiction you found? There's a death mountain's worth of evidence pointing to the defendant. Just because no one saw the actual moment of the crime doesn't mean anyone else could have done it. I think you're making a death mountain out of a death molehill. But it had to have happened shortly. Hey-ya, hey-ya. How can you be so sure of that, princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded into his body. What? It is obvious what that means, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to try to hide the weapon. Yes, I might have not seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so. Oh my, this seems like a very important detail. I think it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony. Certainly, Your Honor. Interesting. Dragmire certainly doesn't look very happy about this development, does he? Yeah, because we have the weapon. The weapon was wiped clean of blood. But we gotta press this last statement. Oh, there's two more statements. Oh wait, no, that's because we added the statement. That doesn't necessarily mean the client was the one who done it. Yep. What if someone else stuck in before Malon and the princess arrived? Well, I suppose... Lon Ranch is surrounded by high walls, and the only way in is through the self-locking gates. Not very many people have a key to that gate. Just personnel and the crown. Well, someone could have forced their way in. Bah! If you wish to propose such a possibility, you must substantiate it with evidence. Do you have any proof that another person showed up at the ranch house before the princess? Do I? Can I say no for now? I don't have anything for the sort. There must be another angle I could attack this from. Very well, witness. Since the defense has wisely chosen to stay silent, please continue with your... I guess Dragmire has never heard of lockpicking. I know, right? Miss Malon and her father were the only ones at the crime scene. Are you sure Malon was the only person there other than the victim? From what I recall, there's an upstairs room at the ranch house. What if someone was hiding in there? Don't be stupid, defense. If someone was hiding up there, the Sheikah force would have found them. I stood guard at the door the entire time. No one could have left. They jumped up. Do not be ridiculous. ridiculous. Those windows are very high up. Actually, those windows can't even be open. They'd have to break one to leave. Right. Well, this is a little more plausible than the last testimony she gave. Yes, I suppose it matches the detective's account, doesn't it? Still, I feel like something here sticks out like a sore thumb. Alright. I love the sound. Ugh. Anyways. Okay. Court record. So do we just do the weapon again? Yeah, because it was in her hands. I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's words. It seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. There was a bloody cloth discovered at the crime scene. The prosecution has argued before that it was used to wipe the saw clean. If the princess saw the... Oh god, that's a stupid sentence too. If the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body, and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped. Well, Prosecutor Dragmeyer, care to explain? Rah! This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that's what you saw? Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out in a valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim. And then wipe the blade clean? That would be almost like framing the defendant. Of course I did no such thing. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. I guess I must have made up the memory about the saw sticking out of Mr. Talon as well. You idiotic girl! Do you even realize what you've done through your bumbling? Yeah, done through your bumbling. I am sorry. I was just so excited to stand as a witness in a court just this once. Whenever I try telling my father about anything, he always seems so disinterested. Pay attention to your kids' families. Pay attention. Or else they become Princess Zelda. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. The defendant! It is clear that she did it! I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. I am sorry for the trouble I have caused you all. Your Highness, the court is no place for silly games, and I guess that's also why they made her 14. As it stands, I'm afraid we will have to strike your statements from the court record completely. Yes, I did it! The prosecution lost their key witness! No! Please, wait! I have more to say! I was wrong about the crime scene, but I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards. Bah! Why would we care about that? It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocy. Even if you're not interested in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found. What? Huh? Evidence? Of course. While the Sheikah force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own. Sheikah! Did you know about this? Humph. Of course I did. You did? I'll have your head for this! Order! Order! What is the meaning of this, detective? Why have you withheld this from the court? It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her finding on her own. What? And you agreed to this? The court is not some playground where children decide what evidence should be presented just because they have a crown. He's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with Dragmire on this one. Also, I don't really buy this story. There's no way Impa would have allowed this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled with the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be at all important to the case. Aw, Zelda! Thus, I let the princess have her fun. This is highly irregular. Welcome, Super. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Prosecutor. Bah! Naturally, I object to this nonsense. If the defective. I thought it was gonna be defense. If the detective thinks it's irrelevant, then it probably is just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's still clear she did it, even without a witness at the scene. I see. Defense? What do we do? If we object to presenting the evidence, then Dragmire loses his key witness. This is so funny. I know, it's so good. It's so... Oh, it's so good. It's like a love letter to both games. I love it. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case, too. So we should agree with the prosecution? Well, on the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. I need to get water so bad, dude. The voices are killing me. Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely you won't throw away all the progress you've made this far. What do we do? Oh, we need the evidence! Surely! Phoenix would. We gotta see everything. I really hope this is the right choice. The defense requests that the evidence be presented. What? While I agree that the situation is irregular, we should still examine all evidence available. It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is. I do believe you have a point, defense. However, I must warn you. In order to admit this piece of evidence into the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony, along with everything else she might say. Yes, Your Honor, I am well aware. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance. Of all the idiotic, foolish order! Very well, then. Your Highness, please testify once more about this new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation. Thank you. Let's hope it doesn't backfire. I know, right? I will not let you down this time. I promise. The princess should understand the gravity of the situation at hand now. I just hope this new evidence isn't damaging to our case. Witness testimony. My findings. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim, who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Sorry, I gotta rub my nose. Okay. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burnt-out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. Ooh. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. A fire, you say? Here it is. The oil bottle I found. Is something wrong? Oh no. This might actually be completely irrelevant. The fire isn't, guys! Come on! Of course there is, foolish girl. That has nothing to do with anything. Your great finding is some random fire on the ranch? Please. But it was recent, guys. What next? Are you going to declare every rake on the premise suspicious? I mean, the prosecution will calm down. The prosecution will calm the fuck down. This is bad. Your Honor, despite the fact that this evidence might not seem to add anything at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to cross-examination. To a cross-examination. Some straws have been grasped. Why must you insist on this charade defense? The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in her statements. I mean, earlier, yeah. Unless you're talking about Impa. I believe there might be a way to tie the princess's new evidence into the case. Ridiculous! Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to a cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence. Yay! I just really hope this isn't a complete waste of time, defense. For both your own sake and for your clients. Gannon is getting no peace. I know! It's so good. It's so good. I love it. 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 Look, they even have the little portraits. It's the wild game, right? All right. Anyways, I wish to express my most heartfelt apology. There's no need to press the princess on her apology. You already wasted a chance to throw out her testimony. Yes, defense. Please get to the point. Yikes. That's so funny. You know, I love that because in Ace Attorney, like, if you can do that with Phoenix, it's always a useless thing. Anyways. Was there anything else in the room? Only this beautiful... only the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. The house is rather barren. Must have had things around the top floor, since the downstairs room is mostly used for ranch business these days. And the occasional game. A game of what? Ah, of course! Dad's famous cook... How do you guys say the... I always say cook... Cuckoo? 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 Is that how you spell it? Isn't it? Isn't there a K in there? I thought it was like C-U-C-C-K-O. Cuckoo? 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 Chat, how do you say this word? Dad's famous chicken game! Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Ah, the good old days. Cuckoo. Cuckoo? Cuckoo. Is the defense done reminiscing? There will be plenty of time to do that when the defendant is behind bars. I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. I stood guard at the entrance. Did anything happen during that time? Huh. No, not that I could recall. The guards did occasionally protest and ask me to let them take over, but I held my stance. Humph. While commendable in theory, staying in the same room as the dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you? Sweet Hylia, up above! That thought did not occur to me. Bah! Of course not! Foolish girl! She's 14, Gannon, get over it! But the guards did stand close by. I would have been safe. She knows Nehru's love. Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in our royal guard. Zelda guilty as hell. Why is everyone? She's 14! I mean, it's most likely gonna be Ingo. Is that his name? Are we able to see? Hold on, press A. We'll see A button X. It's most likely gonna be Ingo. He is in this game. How is that relevant? That's true. That is true. We do know people who murder at like age 5 and such. You didn't just go home? That isn't serial though, that's just one murder. Exactly, yeah, yeah. I think at that point the parent would have to be involved and it would be a serial killer duo where it's just like, you know, you take it to one infirm person who can't defend themselves, let them, you know, just fucking smother them with a pillow, then take them to another infirm person and go on and on. But like, yeah, the baby would have to like travel. Or would you? Why? Twitch TOS, does Twitch TOS allow me to make up how a possible 10-month-old baby can murder people? Is that a possibility? Because I mean, like, anyways, baby grabs onto the parent's hair and pilots them like Ratatouille. Yes. For the baby to be a serial killer, it has to be reincarnated as demon. Okay, well, hear me out. Hear me out. What if you like, you have like a bunch of infirm people who can't defend themselves, just, you know, on the ground, and there's like pillows in reach of baby, and you just like put the baby in the room and let them just deal, and the baby will just take pillows and just like smother them and such, you know? Baby don't know, baby just being baby. But baby can do that if there's no one watching baby. Just grandpa collapses on the floor and baby's just killing them. Exactly. Chucky vibes indeed. You didn't just go home. The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer. Father was not expecting us back at the castle until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I suppose I could at least do that in the meantime. How long did it take for the Sheikah to arrive at the scene? It does not take very long to make the trip from Hyrule Castle Town to Lon Lon Ranch. I cannot imagine it was more than 20 minutes. That is pretty fast. Although I imagine that... Whoops, I can't read. I imagine the fact that the princess was involved helped speed it up. Slowpokes! I would have been there half that time. Running backwards even. What? No, you wouldn't, Ganon. So, like, are they making Ganon, like, the kiss up, like, ass kisser of this? Like, I don't know, whatever. Alright, let's get off this, save. I suppose it's no surprise, though. Hylian horses are naturally inferior to our fine Gerudo steeds. The Gerudo buy horses from our ranch! Just don't bother. He's trying to rally you up. While I was walking near the silo... Hey-ya! What was the smell like? Oh, it was awful! Oops. I didn't think I skipped. That was... okay. Hey, I can do this. It was a really terrible stench. Okay, cool. Blah, blah. Surely you don't mean to say that you found the smell of horse manure suspicious? Do not be ridiculous. The smell was not coming from the horses. I followed the scent and found the burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. So are you playing the first one, Camilios? A fire, huh? Now, let me remind you, Defense, that there's any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of death early in the morn. Princess, how long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Ah, right! There was still smoke rising out of the ashes, so it must have been put out recently. So, around the time of the crime. Huh! So someone prepared their breakfast there. I repeat, the fire is irrelevant. Is irrelevant. I think he realized the same thing I did. Well, who was it? Who could have lit that fire anyway? It would have to have been the ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. It was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about his little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon. It was almost certainly him. Yep. Barbecue. Doesn't sound like it was very appetizing. But without anything concrete to pin on him, he'll just be able to brush it off. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. Right, and she allowed you to present it. Well, I was the one to find it, and since I was going to the trial anyways... Utter ridiculousness! Yes. Please make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness. Proper procedures exist for a reason. Yes, I understand. Defense, I believe that is enough. It doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to finding a connection between this fire and the crime at all. No, I suppose not, Your Honor. Naturally! I said this was a waste of time from the beginning! In that case, this cross-examination is over. Thank you for your time, Your Highness. I assume you have no more revelations to share with us? No, I do not. I really thought the fire would be important. Humph! Leave my sight! Enough! Your Highness, if you'd allow me to escort you back to Hyrule Castle. Very well. This backfired a lot. Maybe for her. That helps us. Now that the princess's little game is over, we should move this along. The prosecution's stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on its own is enough to convict the defendant. I do believe I am nearly ready to hand down my verdict. But, Your Honor, there's nothing definitive... there's nothing that definitively shows that Malon committed the crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father. Is this the first time I heard this song? Or is this just the... No, I think it's just the court song. That is an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. Patricide is not something a person commits lightly. Bah! I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement, but naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. I would like to call in my third witness. That has to be the ranch worker. Before calling him in, though, the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare. I thought you said you were already prepared. Maybe he wants to double check that his new witness won't pull anything weird like the princess did. He wants to know what happened to the fire. Very well. I do believe a break would benefit us all. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court is adjourned. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst part of the princess's testimony as untrue. Ugh, I can't believe she just makes stuff up like that. Yeah, that was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in the house. Now, there is no need to look so glum. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know. I have? If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. That's so cool! He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire? I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I am convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. That fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on the topic hard. What an exemplary prosecutor. Ugh. I love it. I love it. Ganondorf is so sassy in this. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he is the only one who could have lit that fire. If he is hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmeyer objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. Humph. You know the road to Dark Realm is paved with those, right? You know the road to the Dark Realms... Okay, whatever. Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment. One she will live to regret. Part of this comes with the fact she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role as the heir very suddenly. Her older sister! That's right. The mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Oh! Oh. And I guess that's why they made her look the way she does. So this is probably the Zelda that's gonna be our age. Hyrule still grieves. I also love she's Zelda too. Yeah, I was gonna say, I love how the king had the first girl, called her Zelda, had the second daughter, and was like, I have a Zelda. I don't fucking know. And yet, no one knows exactly what happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. Pro-dad move indeed. This is peak cinema. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. The princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distrust of some people have of the crown right now, though. So I wonder, okay, see, because I'm wondering if Ganondorf is gonna end up being like Von Karma, where like he killed the prince, or he killed the princess, the first Princess Zelda. I'm so invested! She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes to this trial. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all this was why she decided to take the blame for the princess's impromptu investigation. Detective Impa! What is it, soldier? I am quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team is back at the ranch. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Ganondorf has to be Scar indeed. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of the wrong recipient address? What? They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess to the castle. Roger. That did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from a couple guards who were just slacking on the job. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry. It's still unopened. Oh, thank you. I gotta get my Valley Girl back. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. I wanted her to use the you know when she disappears, she uses the nuts. Aw, drinking the milky milk. Sigh. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Huh? Lost its flavor? But Lon Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Take a swig of it, Link! Oh god, yes, yes! Huh? You're right. That milk is poison. Yup. Huh, you're right. I assumed this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments? Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so... Maybe it's just not... Maybe it just isn't fresh? No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? And this was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? Sus indeed. I think there's something odd going on. I better make some notes in the court record. Defense! The court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn the situation around. Yay! Cause I drink milk! Well, I guess it's fake milk, so... Court is back in session for the trial of Malon of Lon Lon Ranch. I trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready. They are both about to have a big day. Yup. Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before the recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive. For naturally, such a heinous crime, whatever, could it be committed to happenstance. The prosecution believes that the defendant had the desire to push your own patricide. Our next witness could shed light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well, please proceed. Prosecution calls the ranch worker, Ingo, to the stand. It's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he almost just wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court and he wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working in it. Quiet, defense! Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, great honorable prosecutor. Freaking sus guy, I know, right? My name is Ingo. I'm behind Lon Lon Ranch. I don't know what voice to give him. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter... Oh my god, the song. Let's take a moment to listen while I drink. A goofy evil voicer. He's like Robbie Rotten. I don't... Who's Robbie Rotten? Where's Robbie Rotten from? That sounds familiar. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of the orders. How long have you been working at the ranch? And that kid's show, can't even remember the name. Lazy Town. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. How does he sound? Hold on. Oh my god, I fucking forgot about Robbie Rotten. I forgot about Lazy Town in general, but man. All right, so how do I translate that into my voice? It'll be several years at this point. That's get away from me, Ingo. Yeah, he is so iconic. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo is really great help. But he built the ranch of Silo single-handedly. Really? Whoa, that's some dedication. Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you are privy to some inside information, is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me, trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. For real! And pizza parties when things go bad and we have to say, hey employees, everything's gonna be okay, you know? So here's some pizza. Here's some pizza to make it all better. By the way, it's just pepperoni. Which, I mean, I like pepperoni pizza, but I know people are like, you know, can we at least get me a salad? Evidently not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, did they? It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, honorable court of law. Pineapple pizza. Okay, so listen to me. Hear me out. Pepperoni and pineapple pizza. So I am one of those people who does like pineapple on pizza, but I'm not a big ham person. I'm iffy with ham. So like whenever I want a Hawaiian pizza, you know, I'd be like, oh, I want to be in a mood for ham. And then I learned someone at work was like, why don't you just replace it with pepperoni? So pepperoni and pineapple pizza is probably my favorite pizza, dude. It's so good. It's so good. Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malon. Talon became a life tenant, with Malon meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malon could not sell the ranch. God, get away from me, Ingo! I used to work at a pizza place, and I would make BBQ chicken pizza with pineapple. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I've never thought about doing that. That's like one, I would try that. That sounds good. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch left behind. I don't know what voice I'm giving him now. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. Pineapple pizza is underrated. Yes. Yes. Pineapple pizza people, you're safe here with me. I think I have a sticker to make. There you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence that the defendant caught red-handed. Yep. How do we know that he's telling the truth? Bah! I have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the Castletown Notary Office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lon Lon Ranch inheritance document into evidence. Please make that shorter. The ranch inheritance document. Thank you. Mr. Ingo, why would you? Oh, Malon. You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you like. I, the hard-working Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. just a couple days ago. Yep. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days. I'm not sure of the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Talon was getting on in years. Better to take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malon? He is telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly, witness? So Malon hadn't become the ranch owner yet? Well, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes and the moment ownership's signed to them. Talon was no fool. I myself convinced him that it was the safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery? Chicanery? That's a new word for me. He could always revert his decision. That's horrible! I'd never do that! As much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse by killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give them an inch over yourself. I must concur, the younger generation is horrible. Why did he look at me while saying that? Anyway, what that meant was... As long as Talon lived, Malon could sell the ranch. We're gonna press that. Why would Malon want to sell the ranch right now? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty little girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used money to move to Castletown. That's not true! I love working with the animals! I wouldn't leave them for anything! Why? She is often slacking on the job, while I, the hard-working Ingo, had to cover for her. I guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as I say. That Talon loved to sleep on the job, too. Oh, I do recall quite a funny story about Lon Lon Ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. Yeah, I remember that too, man. The guards couldn't break him up. It took a particularly vocal cuckoo, apparently. Ah, jeez. Well, there you go. I am the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hard-working Ingo. Wait, that's not true at all. I know. Well, how do I stop this? Do you really think Malon would go that far? Humph, I don't want to think it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then? Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her! That's alright. Well, if Malon didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch. That's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is this true? Yes. Father's previous inheritance documents did work that way. How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his daughter, or his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame. Yes, naturally, the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time. I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we? Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing I'd like the witness to explain. Why would Malon have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day. Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he'd change his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to the castle town to change the inheritance back to the original split. What? Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear that he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had no time to waste that day. This is true too. Absolutely not! Father wasn't planning on doing that! There was no argument either! What do I do about this argument then? Let's add it. We could press it. There was an argument about the inheritance. That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requested to be added to the testimony. Very well. This would be funny if she was guilty of it. Were you here for the beginning cutscene? I overheard them arguing about the inheritance that morning. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button, that's why. What's your relationship with this guy anyways? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. You know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day at work thinking about it. Not a single one? Talk about dedication. But even so, something is very much off here. Absolutely, what time did this happen? First thing in the morning, I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I had just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling erupt behind me. Do you remember any specifics about what was said? Oh yes, it surprised me enough that I stopped to listen for a while. I came here when the princess was testifying. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the beginning cutscene it's literally like a Phoenix Wright thing where you see like just like a little snippet of like the beginning or the murder happening and stuff like that. So it's Zelda literally walking into the crime scene and seeing Malon on the floor and Talon dead. Malon has the cloth and the saw in her hand. So that was the cutscene. Oh yes, it surprised me that I stopped to listen for a minute. It was all like... Oh my god. I'm real sorry, Malon, but the most important thing is to make sure the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses. I don't care. What about me, father? How can you do this to me? Malon, this isn't just about you. It's about the good of the entire kingdom. But what am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life if I'm stuck on the stump of a ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals here, and Ingo's always around to help you with chores too. He's pretty great, isn't he? This is funny. Yeah, Ingo is awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube later. I recommend it. What a stirring reenactment. I will keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself. Same, Dragmire. There's no way this actually happened, though. Malon would never want to sell the ranch. Huh? Well, of course she'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust a thing she says. Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now, and that's unfortunately what matters. Oscar-worthy indeed. Do I have anything in the court record that could refute this story? If you ask me, the whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In Gerudo Desert, there would have been no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. That's just messed up. No matter. Continue your testimony, farmhand. Share with us the true nature of the defendant. It's appalling how ungrateful she is. That was amazing. Oh my god. No, you hold it. That man gave everything for her. She's got so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Why, yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. What was the last sit-in appointment? Yes. Your Honor, the defense wishes to add a statement about the perfume to the testimony. Bah! What are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder? I think it's an important detail. The perfume is irrelevant! But I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthening our case. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to the testimony. Okay. Where did you see this? I think it was just lying around on the ranch house. Talon probably intended to give it to Malon on the day he was killed. Do you mean this, witness? Why, yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Talon had spent as much on his salary for me, the hard-working Ingo. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know. Oh. Oh, is the A button? Is the A button that button? I think so. Okay, so I think WASD is the arrow key stuff. Writing that down. Which means S is the down one. Cool! Got that now. Okay, yeah. Sweet! I have 0 brain cells, so I can't help. Don't you worry. I got this. I got this. I can do this. I'm a big girl. Witness! As you can see, my buttons, my brain is going wild because I cannot hit the right buttons. Witness! What is it? Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought from Malon the day, or by her father, correct? Humph. What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes, far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? 10,000 IQ moments? No, Your Honor. The bottle of perfume was bought for the princess! So what, defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what does the purpose of this bottle change? Yes, defense, I admit. I'm confused as well. Please explain why this bottle is important. Light the medic! Hello! Welcome! It's so good. I recommend it. Isn't that right, Malon? It sure is! We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making this visitation. Father quickly rode out into town to get the new gift. Okay, I won't say super song. Then, because I'll need to play this. Yes, I recommend it! This info puts one thing into question. Somebody's movements. Someone's movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt. Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person? Naturally, the person whose movements become suspect is... Ingo's 44. Smarmy man who works on the ranch, usually in his work clothes, dressed up to court. Oh yeah, we don't know. I'm curious! Okay, so now I'm curious. Okay, I'll keep you tabbed and lurking. Okay, Light, thanks for joining for a bit. I appreciate ya. Have a good lurkies. If you're going to sleep, sleep well. Thanks for stopping by. Very appreciate it. I'm just a little giggling because, like, I wonder how old Talon was. Because Ingo was saying, yeah, he was getting up in years, but Ganon's almost 60. So I wonder if That means, like, was he older? Was he older than... Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. No way to know. Ingo looks like Waluigi in that picture. Indeed. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. A crime scene that witness... Oh my god. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle. Ah! Order! Order! The defense raises a very valid point. You simpleton! What is the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point? No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember I saw the gift the day before the crime. That's a lie too! The girl is lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day. Take that, you Waluigi bad copycat. Nice. Fucking got him. Mic drop. That's my mic drop sound. Whatever, I don't care. Herm, the one word against another. Defense. Do you have any way to prove that your version of the events is true? I want to check one thing. Can I could save state. Okay. I'm tempted to smell the perfume. Oops. Why, we should just smell the perfume. What? All shall be revealed if we just smell it, Your Honor, if you would. Or, well, if you say so, defense. Here goes. Oh, it's quite lovely. Huh. Seems like Talon had quite the nose to pick this one out. Great. You got the courtroom to smell like a kickwee's beat. What's a kikwee? Hold on. Oh, is it from Skyward Sword? Okay, Skyward Sword is one that I've never played. Is this thing so big? Oh my god. So yeah, I've never seen this thing in my life. Well, I guess the kickwee's behind smells good if the perfume smells good. I think the thing is horrible. Is it? Now what? How does this prove anything, defense? Surely there was a purpose to this whole exercise. That is, well, the smell is very strong, so the perfume can't be that old? Perfumes have a longer shelf life than just a couple days, you idiot! Right. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I was thinking that would accomplish. Well, the courtroom smells nicer, but I won't let you out of this penalty. Hey! Oh, this is just too good. Any other bright ideas? Find the receipt. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Am I? Oh, okay, I am hitting something, sorry. Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume should be right at the top. I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for the receipt. Okay, I'm gonna load the save state because I want to see the other option. Ask store. Why don't we ask, or why don't we send a soldier to ask the store owner when the bottle was bought? Bah! Do you know how many people visit that store? It's inconceivable that the owner would remember every random purchase. Any other ideas, defense? Okay, and then find the receipt. So when you buy something, you usually get a receipt. And that father never throws away receipts. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume should be right at the top. Go get that receipt, boys. Your Honor. Yes? What is it, soldier? We have just received the receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene. Very well. Thank you. I shall now read it up. There's a lot writing on this. It was worth it? Okay, cool. From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. Yes. I think I've seen that store. It's that eccentric looking place in the back alley. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore, not Tingle, indeed. The gall of this nobody running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous! Perhaps. But, back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead! Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Prosecutor! And the balloons! Oh, the balloons! That fool popped one right in my face! Good to know that Ganondorf was trying to buy some perfume the other day. Continuing on, the purchased item was 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Land. Oh my, this is quite the price. Why, I would have to, Your Honor, please, the date of purchase. Yes, right, date of purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder. Order, order. Yes, we got him. Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere. Bob, this still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then. Oh, come on! You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day. Ha! My movements? Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. It's getting good. Oh, I need to grab my pillow. Back hurts. No one heard that crack, right? Oh my god, that was my arm. As was already stated, I had volunteered to work at the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the cellar right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective one fine woman. See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat. I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Right. As was already stated. Okay, you volunteered. Hey-ya! What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We send out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, and, you know, milk bars. Naturally, everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some others water theirs down despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. Dude, his voice is driving me nuts. It's giving me... It is taking so much brain power to voice him. After the murder, I got scared that the Shiga Force's investigation would delay the shipment and that I, the Great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Well, it came back, but you know. Yeah, you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it. Bah! You Hylians, ridiculous! Watered down milk is gross indeed. Although, I guess I wouldn't know anymore because I've been off of milk since 7th grade. I drink oat milk now. I bet you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo Noble's Pursuit. A real man's drink. Okay, I want someone find me a recipe for the Gerudo's Noble Pursuit. A real man's drink. Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water. Yes, of course. Moving all that heavy stuff around makes you works up a sweat. You see, I'm gonna start reading him normally, dude. It is. Ooh. Well, that was only statement 1. That was a long statement. You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling? No. What? It wouldn't have been right. That milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. Ah, so is our milk bottle watered down? This one? So he drank from this one? My B button, there it is. I didn't want to get into trouble. A truly honest man. How dare you suggest that he would steal from his own workplace? Right, so what did... Oops. So what did you see at the house? Okay. Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table, plain as day, muhaha. Great. How about that, witness? And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own? Bah! You don't know the might of the Great Ingo. I get things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the cellar, though. There were so many and all so heavy, it was like a puzzle in there. It is actually, technically, if you remember, you know, having to move that around to get the heart piece. Anyway, that's not important. The point is, I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since. Are you sure? Sure as can be, muhaha. Does he ever say muhaha at all in the game? Or is that just... Because he goes wahaha, I think. I've never heard him say muhaha, so that's interesting. Never went back in, even after the crime was discovered? Bah! They wouldn't let me in. Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. Was he just said it's important? Yeah, why not? Your Honor, I would like the witness to add this statement. Yep. What? What are you trying to pull now? Very well. Witness, please amend your statement. Yeah, fine. Whatever. So is it because he's dressed up nice? Are we gonna call him out on that? Probably. That's probably what's gonna happen. Hey, ya! Couldn't you have stayed at an inn? Bah! What am I? Made of money? Think, boy! I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. Pwah, you lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. Let's hear him. Simpa over impa. Simpa. Same. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps when this trial is over, I could. But no, it will have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your... I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your schemes. Okay, I was reading that right. I just suck. He says, waha, right? So he's sticking to that story, huh? Oh god, okay. Gotta get that Valley girl back. He's sticking to that story, huh? Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe that this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. It's time to press for more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. There has to be a piece of evidence or a profile. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, so we are gonna prove... We're gonna... Get his stuff. He's wearing nice clothes. That button, which equals that button, which goes to that button, and we push that. That button. Ah. Witness, there's something seriously wrong with your testimony. What? What are you talking about? You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? A ranch house you were not allowed to go in? That's right? Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all. Ah! The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would want to sully those clothes during work. Ha! Got him! Well, what do you have to say to that? Grr! Oh, of course. The song. I can explain. It's simple. I don't think I've ever heard of this song before. Or I'm trying to figure out what it's remixing, I mean. There it is. These are brand new. Yeah, on my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum. Yes, defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately. He's saying I'm not. This is my finest Zora suit. So you claim you bought these clothes after the crime? Is that correct? What a shitty excuse. Where's the receipt? You're right! We gotta ask for the receipt! Very much so. This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself? Do I accept that explanation? No. No. You buying clothes today is simply impossible. What? Oh my god, my ear's itchy. Hold on. How can you claim so? Defense. As you know, evidence is everything in the court. Oh yeah, we wanted a receipt. Either prove that the witness couldn't have brought these clothes today, or get out! Oh, okay. What? No, I totally did not cheat. Look what he's wearing, y'all. They have a non-spoiler guide, so I did take a little looky look. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You know what? I'm not angry at that. That's a good one. Huh. Why, this is one lovely pictograph. Ah, it reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my... What about this pictograph, Defense? Well, just look at what Ingo is wearing. The photo is from Malon's childhood, but Ingo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today. Ah! Order! I will have order! Why, the defense is absolutely correct! I hope the witness has a good explanation for this. There! I think we finally got him. There's no way he could weasel out this time. Oh, unless someone weasels out for him. Bah, isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. That's such an Edgeworth move. He brought them to the silo in advance so that he could quickly change just before the royal visitation's arrival. Oh. Oh ho. Oh ho ho ho. Yes, of course. I needed to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom. Wait a minute, this is insane. What kind of kangaroo court is this? Kangaroos exist in Hyrule? Oh wait, they do, don't they? Because there is a kangaroo in the Oracle of Seasons in Oracle yeah. Anyways, the prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury? We were accusing the princess of it. Accepted, Judge. There could be no other explanation. Freaking Ganondorf indeed. The boxing kangaroo, yes! That's the other thing too, I want to play the Oracle games. However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself, and instead made up a lie about buying the clothes is very indeed suspicious. He just said it was plausible. Defense! The prosecution has posed that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events? This is big. I really need to think this through. Oh, is this gonna be like Edgeworth? Or is this? Hold on. Hold on, this song. What are the odds I would talk about the Oracle games and we have Nehru's song playing, which is one of my fucking favorite songs in the world. Inko's acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. Oh my god. Oh, it's because Ingo's... Oops, I forgot. That's right. It's because Ingo's the murderer. If it's not Malon, Ingo's the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did, if I want to think Malon is innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes to burn the ones that are bloody? What happened to make it necessary? They were eaten by a cow! Ingo is the victim? When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have got blood on them. He had to change it to something else to hide his involvement. But then, wouldn't the Sheikah Force have found the clothes in the house? No, because they're burned! They were thrown in a fire! This is so cool, dude. This is so cool. And they're gonna make the Triforce. right? And then Link's gonna be like, yeah! That's it! This explains everything! So that's from the older games, or not the older games, the later games in the series when Phoenix does it. I forgot. I was thinking it was going to be Edgeworth, but although, I mean, it is inspired by that, I'm sure. But yeah, in the Spirit of Justice, I think he does that in the one before that. Nonsense! Judge, the defense has spent... By the way, my voice is shot from doing Dragmire's voice. I don't have the gruff anymore. I call for a quick ruling. And for doing that. And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder. No! It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Imagine only having 2 pairs of clothes, indeed. Listen. Yes. If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah force would have found them, and we would be trying someone else for the murder right now. Why, you are absolutely correct, prosecutor. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so he used this to dispose of them. W. Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess's last testimony. The princess's? Ah, that mysterious fire. Surely you jest! You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burnt-out fire? Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and then tried to hide it. This is... No! Oh, no, hold on. What drivel are you spouting here? Me? Kill Talon. You already knew that's impossible. Why is it impossible, Ingo? Too busy for murder. Everything you've said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. Now, I shouldn't have to remind you, Defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipments in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous. That's right, the great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. No, it had to have been him. I'm sure of it. There must be some trick at play here. Some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Alright, let's press. Hey-ya! Surely my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story. What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, Defense. It's the judge that makes the final call. And as long as the alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you. Yes, all of the loose ends have to be tied up before the decision can be made. Witness, please continue. Could you explain what that alibi is again? Humph, with pleasure. At the time of the crime, I was busy preparing that day's shipments of milk. That's hard work. I barely had enough time to get them done before the courier came to take them. The shipments were inspected by the Shika force as they were leaving the ranch. And as our resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. That's right! The Shika force itself has vouched for me. There's no way I could be the culprit. Oh, I disagree. There has to be a way. There's the other yawn. Okay, no more yawning, Mer. And there's no way I could have completed the task? Well, we're gonna press that statement. Would it really have taken that long to murder somebody and burn some clothes? It would have taken long enough to definitely make a scheme infeasible. The scheme. Oh god, the Valley Girl. Gotta get that. Completing these shipments is a rather involved process. You have to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, put them into crates, and load those onto a wagon. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little at a time. So, as Mr. Ingle said, the whole thing really does take a while. Father and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival. There you go, defense. Your own client knows this is the unshakable truth, but it's watered down! Freaking Ingo indeed. We are getting to the end! So there's no way he could complete the shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there has to be some way for him to finish work faster. I have to find it. Alright, let's press these last two. It's gonna be the milk bottle that we have. So you had enough time for breakfast, but not enough time to kill someone. Yeah, of course. The breakfast was cooking while I kept working, and I quickly gobbled it up. What'd you have for breakfast? I want to know. In fact, yes, I remembered it even burnt a bit because I wasn't completely paying attention. That's why I had to go get that glass of water too, you see? Had to wash it down after. What a convenient little explanation. But for all I know, he actually did cook up breakfast on a fire burning, so... He did cook up a breakfast on a fire of burning, blood-soaked clothes. Ew. Continue, witness. We don't want to hear about your culinary adventures. Of course, of course. My point is just what I've been telling you the whole time. Stop trying to be as important as an Ingo. I'm gonna press that. The only people who could have done it were you and Malon. And I know Malon well enough to know she couldn't be the culprit. That leaves you as the perpetrator.
Huh?
Yes, yes. By now, we all know how much you value your friend. Let me remind you, though, that feelings don't matter at all here. Either show us solid evidence... Oh my god, stop yawning, where? Alright. Either show us solid evidence that puts Ingo's alibi into question or concede defeat. Is there any way he could have done the work faster? I'm not sure. It would be nice if there was, though. I could sleep in a little bit longer every day. Yeah, you'd think he would have shared it with you, but if he knew of one... Just what shortcut did you use, Ingo? Okay, let's go to the court record. We're gonna present Lon Lon Milk. These mixes are really good indeed. Yeah, they're so good. Ah, but did you though? Did you really complete those shipments properly?
Huh?
Defense, I shouldn't have to remind you that the Shika Force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure of it. Looked that way. What are you getting at, Defense? Drink this milk, everyone! Oh my god, we actually are! Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The Crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking for is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly irregular. But to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know. I agree, I'm drinking some water. You've probably talked the least out of everyone here. I mean, since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Yay. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water. Water? I have to agree. This is definitely not a standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective of Lon Lon Ranch. And from the detective Lon Lon Ranch is known for the quality of the products. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy. Bah! Whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Are you calling the judge unwashed? Where are you going with this, defense? It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened, during the first recess. As we know, there was no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. Judge is stinky. It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time. I wanted to see, there's like in the right side of the judges of the jury next to Anju, there's like a little creature there, and I'm trying to see what the creature is. Order. Yes, I suppose that would work. Indeed. All you had to do was milk fewer of the cows to save enough time without ruining the taste too much. I guess he used about 50-50 split of water and milk. This is... No. Talon. Let me stop you right there. Huh? I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you have proven is that Ingo is a slacker. How dare you?
Shut up, Ingo!
Be quiet, you mongrel! Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. I'm gonna add snooze. Yet there is a vital element missing still. What? We're on it. Okay, there we go. Huh? Let me put this in simple terms, so even an idiot like you can understand. Rebuttal. Ooh, are we doing the investigations thing? You lack the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. Oh, okay, press. And why is that? What's the song? What is this song? It's like I recognize it, but I don't at the same time. I mean, it's a mixture of a lot of songs, I guess. The Saria song. Is it just a mixture of Saria song? The main theme medley? Like, I mean, yeah. Anyways, it's badass. I love it. Okay, yeah. It's like the field themes in there too. This is so cool. Oh my god, whoever did the music, so good. They did so good. Cause you know, it's not only just like, you know, the Zelda songs. It's like the Ace Attorney soundboard or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, if the girl's story about if the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. It couldn't happen in two places at the same time, could it? Huh, do I agree with this? I'm gonna save state. I'm gonna say no. No, the saw was the murder weapon. Truly. Well, if that's the case, present some proof. Enlighten us on how it could have been in two places at the same time. Well, I mean, Ingo forged the thing. So I want to say yes this time? So skip, that's the same stuff. Okay. Okay, we're in agreement. You do realize the problem that creates for you, right? I'm sure it can all be explained. As if. But very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. You lack the murder weapon. Okay. Where was the supposed other murder weapon? Okay. Couldn't he have used any old thing? Either answer the question, defense, or this discussion is over. No need to overthink this. Anywhere Ingo could have gotten a weapon will do. I'll worry about the exact details later. Okay, so I think I answered correctly the first time. Oops. So where would this supposed other murder weapon have even come from? I guess, I mean, I would just say the ranch inventory. Have you forgotten this murder happened on the ranch? There are plenty of sharp things on site. Oh ho! That's simply impossible. Because the Sheikah Force... Yeah, the Sheikah Force examined everything. Let's press it. Couldn't Ingo have just... hidden it, disposed of it, wiped it off? Hidden it? Could he have hidden it? The kingdom's best investigators are on this case. We found no signs of anything buried on the premises. And even if Ingo skipped the part of his work, he still wouldn't have had time to hide anything very far from the ranch. He may be an idiot, but do you really think he would have risked a weapon being found? Now listen here! Silence. And now I kind of wish he had a Mario voice, but I don't have a Mario voice in me. Wiped it off. Would Ingo have just wiped it off? Blood leaves traces. It's not that easy to get rid of. People like us aren't so sensitive, but other beings like Zora's can easily tell by smell. Is that true? Naturally, the Sheikah Force employs people for just this task. Also, as Lon Lon Ranch focuses on selling horses and milk, the animals there aren't regularly butchered. So there's no good reason why any of the tools would have fresh blood on them. Any such implement would Would have stood out like a sore thumb. Well, I guess that is a good point. I may have to rethink this. Never mind. Sorry, still collecting my thoughts. I mean, this was... Oh. Well, I will say I'm a little curious. I'm gonna save state. I'm gonna fuck up again. Just because I'm very curious what happens if I lose. Tremble under the power of my badge, for I am the great hero of law! What is the meaning of this inane outburst defense? That's funny! I was hoping to intimidate the prosecutor into admitting I'm right? Me? Be intimidated? Certainly not like a hero of flaws. Okay, that's probably why they named the game Hero of Law. They wanted this. Hero of flaws like you. Yeah, I probably deserved that. Alright, see what happens when we lose. I think that is enough. I feel I have seen enough to announce the verdict at this time. Whoops. Guilty. Oops, there he goes. Oh my god. What's going on? Okay. The defendant shall submit herself to the king to have her fate decided. Court is adjourned. No! Retry last scene? What happens if I say no? Okay. Alright. So we checked all shop our objects. Nursing. Okay, so nothing was found. So I guess it would be this. Oh, nope. Well, let me just, So... Oh! Okay, I just realized, yeah, it gave us another option. Didn't it? The kingdom's best investigators are on the case. Found no signs of anything buried on the premise. Oh, okay, no, I did that. I did that. When? Disposed of it? Okay, I just missed that one. Couldn't Ingo have just disposed of it in some way? Ha! That's impossible, you see? Why is that impossible, Ganondorf? Mr. Dragmeyer? No items from the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable. Well, Ingo wrote the list, but we're gonna press this. How can you be so sure if the inventory list is accurate? Ah! Use your head! There was a royal visitation scheduled for that day. The ranch owner needed everything to be in order. He would have double, even triple checked that list when he wrote it. I suppose he would have, but... Well, Ingo wrote the list! The inventory list itself is false. Oh? Fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document? Well, I'ma do the save state thing. Something about the inventory itself, or another piece of evidence? Well, it'd be the list. So I'm gonna say something about the inventory itself. It's simple. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can't be trusted. Oh, you can't go around making such general statements, Defense. Point out what exactly makes inventory suspect. Ooh. Oh, look! We got a little hand! Look at our little gloved hand! It's because it's Ingo! Ha! Just look here. The one who compiled the list was Ingo himself. He could have easily falsified the counts as part of his plan. Ha! Points! That doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter, Ganon? Mr. Dragmire, nothing could have left the ranch! Wouldn't Ingo have been able to just throw the item over the fence? Bah! Obviously we searched the perimeter of the ranch as well! Nothing was found anywhere! His most important point. Has nothing really been able to leave? Well, yes. What left? I'm at a save state. What left is the milk shipments. Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk? Preposterous. Have you forgotten that the shipments had been checked by the Sheikah force before they were allowed to leave? That's true, but there was a place the Sheikah could have overlooked. What in Din's name are you babbling about? We're talking about bog standard crates here, boy. Not exactly a vast dungeon full of nooks and crannies and stuff to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed the murder weapon? It's simple. They overlooked. The contents of the bottles. Oops, hit the wrong button. Contents of the bottles. There is one place inside the crates the Sheikah couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments. That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search. That does seem plausible.
Ha!
Now wait just a moment. Oops, I forgot my mouse. Yell at me, guys. Yell at me from my mouse if it's there. A weapon in a milk bottle wouldn't just go unnoticed. Somebody would have reported it. Well, I mean, he put the wrong address on. How could he be so sure? Do you even know how much milk an average milk bar uses each day? All those shipments have most certainly been completed and used up by now. Someone drinking from that bottle would have found it for sure. Choked on it even. If they took too large a swig, it would have been a huge scandal. Well, he's right about that, but he's missing some vital information. A weapon in a milk bottle wouldn't just go unnoticed. Somebody would have reported it. Unless they, on the save state, sent back the addressed milk. Oh my god, found! Yeah, we haven't heard that in a while. If at all, actually. I don't think that was the first time we heard the treasure. Blah, 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 blah. Mer go crazy right now. Okay. You would be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake. They make milkshakes. Would be quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. Huh? You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during recess. It brings all the boys to the yard. Indeed. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed.
No!
Indeed. If you recall, Inga was the one who handled all of that. Now that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the couriers would have known where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving the bottle of milk with the murder weapon in it.
Ah!
Maybe Ingo expected this box to stay in shipment limbo a little while longer. How unfortunate for him that the Postal Service was on its game today. Maybe because they were worried it'd start to smell. I believe this calls for us to investigate these boxes of milk more closely. Soldiers, have these boxes retrieved from the ranch immediately! Argument complete. Yay, my hearts! That hurted Ganondorf so bad. Indeed. Ooh, are we gonna have an Ingo meltdown? We might have an Ingo meltdown. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to see what they do for the meltdown. Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead? A motive? Oh, that's simple. Well, I'm surprised you're even asking about it. Huh? It's always about money. The inheritance documents you brought to the court's attention state the following. In case of the testator's death, testator, like bequest, whatever, his daughter Malon of Lomnon Ranch will inherit the ranch. Unless he is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crown and the remaining employees. Oh. What? You not only killed Talon, but decided to frame Malon for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in a silo all day. It gave you an alibi so that Malon would be the only possible culprit. Of course, you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malon would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. A perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body. No! 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 What are you talking about? Talon signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous! Did he really not know? I guess it was Dragmeyer who procured the actual document, not him. Your Honor. What is it, soldier? The box you requested is here. Already? That was quite fast. Apparently the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. Oh my gosh. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Come on, Mer, we're almost there. Well, well, well. Let's see for ourselves then, shall we? The part of the shipment that proves my case is... Oh. Yeah, look at that. Got some strawberry milk in there. Got see that strawberry milk? Here it is. From the bottle with a slight red tint to the milk. Looks like some kind of serrated knife. That would explain the irregular wound pretty nicely. How could those Sheikah idiots have missed this? I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. I don't know if that's how it works, Link. But it works for us, so let's go with it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right. Grrr. Whoa, I've had it. Fine, fine. You want to know why? You want to know why I've really killed that scumbag? No! No! What are you? So you admit it? Yes, yes, I admit it. Must have been some thick milk indeed. Yes, I admit it. What would you do if one day, after years of back-breaking labor, despite putting all your you were thrown away like rubbish, without any reason, fired, farewell, we don't need you anymore. What? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I heard it all. Ingo meltdown, hell yeah. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work. And lo and behold, what's this? Malon and Talon talking behind my back? I heard it all. We'll let him go after the visitation. We can't handle things without him. And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker. Go on a vacation, isn't it? He was about to go on a vacation. You guys were about to offer him a vacation, weren't you? Oh no. You should have seen his face. He didn't expect it at all. So yes, Malon, I killed that lazy bum you called a father. And he deserved it. Order. The witness will cease his boasting over such a terrible deed. I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away. Hold it! Wait just a moment! Ingo! Yes, girl. Want me to apologize for what you've done? Apologize? Me? You're horrible! We weren't planning to fire you at all. You completely misunderstood what we were saying. What? Oh no. We've had so much work recently. Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in the tip-top shape. I do worry somewhat about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do you wish he'd take a step back and relax sometime? Maybe we should convince him to take a vacation. Oh my god. Wow. Now, there's an idea. It'd do him good just to get out for a while. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him. That is so sad. But that's why you don't freaking make impulsive decisions, you know? That's... You were planning... What? A vacation? For me? And I did... No. No, it can't be so. Please, say it isn't so. Chicken! Cuckoo! That was an amazing meltdown. Oh my god. Chicken jockey. Oh my god. We have witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. But misunderstanding or not, what you have done is unforgivable. Talon was a kind man, beloved by all who had the good fortune to cross his path. His loss will be felt not only at his ranch, but all across Hyrule. The killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him. Aww. Another idiot dressed like a clown. I've never felt so bad for Ingo. Jeez. He's really laying into him. Bet he's just upset because he lost. We need the lava now. Oh my god. To Death Mountain with him! The prosecution's rant aside, I think it is time to declare today's verdict. This is just formality, but will the defendant please step up to the stand? Young miss, I am very sorry for the situation you have found yourself in. I am very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend. I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Aw, thanks. Now then, without further ado, in the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred land of Hyrule, I hereby find Malon of Lon Lon Ranch not guilty. Court is adjourned. We did it! I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kind of soured the mood, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really, though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free. It's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. Excellent work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, really. So, thank you. Now, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Zelda! Your Highness! I thought you were going back to the castle. What strings did Impa have to pull to get her here? I was... But I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. We need a part 2 with Ingo Redemption. I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately. There is. No need to bow. Not after what I've done. Really, if not for my status, I would have probably been carted off to the prison alongside that angry little man. He's not little. I mean, he's probably... I mean, he is about the same size as you, I guess. But we're just as small! Perjury's, pretty serious, so that's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. How can you say that, Detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison, yeah? Yes, there are some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? Come on, attorney. Show Her Highness what I'm talking about. This bottle. The bottle. Well, it's true. Without this and knowing about the fire, we wouldn't have any proof to substantiate our claims. And, really, you're obviously Impa! Well, there you have it. In any case, I'm sure Miss Malon isn't too upset. Well, sure. 10 hut! We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately. Just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. And so they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I am perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to... Hold on. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. Okay. She needs to learn to take responsibilities for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. What is the king... What? Is the king going to scold her? At the very least. Now then, my duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust that I will be able to rely on you in the future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. The princess is about to ruin the entire kingdom. Yeah, probably. That's all I can ask. That unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here. So I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell. Future part 2. I hope so. I hope so, Jordy. Uh-oh. You. What? Hello. Nice day we're having, isn't it? Tell me now. Where did that blasted detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies. Dramatic much? He looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost. Deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad? Yes, I suppose there is some worth in that. Wow. What an interesting turn they're doing for Ganon. But I mean, like, who else could they have done, right? I'm actually, like, trying to think, like, who else could they have done? Besides, like, maybe, like, a random Goron or Ruto or something like that. I don't know. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences. Just remember that it was the meddling of that idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led to your arrest. So if you have any grievances, take it up with them. I suppose there is some truth to what he's saying. Speaking of that detective, it appears she has fled from me like a cuckoo on fire. Mark my words, she will regret what she's done for generations. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if he was being sincere or just wanted to shift the blame on someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think we'll be alright? Or do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come to visit, but I have my attorney duties too. I'll get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. I took a breath and I choked. Hold on. Well, I'm out of water too. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over the ranch one day. He's taught me well. I'll make sure the animals are well cared for. Breathing is hard, okay? Just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think what could have happened. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. I felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. We're almost there, Mer. We're almost there. Malin continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following was some of the happiest I'd lived in a long time. Little did I know that a terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. They're gonna make a part 2. But that's a legend for another day. They're gonna make a part 2. They're gonna make a part 2. That means that has to be. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna see if these guys have a Twitter. I'm gonna have to follow them or something. I want to know. Dude, because it's gonna eventually lead up to the first Princess Zelda obviously getting killed, right? I want to know what they're gonna do. Okay. If Ruto doesn't show up in the future, I'm gonna be very upset. I'll be very upsetty spaghetti. I want Ruto. I need my wife. I love Ruto. I want to defend my wife, Ruto. She gave me my Zora suit for a court. How old is this? Let me... Well, I don't know if it'll play while I Google. Let me check. My tracking's gonna go funky. I'll check on my phone while this plays, because I do want to see this, too. I have to pee, dude. Let's see. Hero of Law. So the trailer was released 1 month ago, so it must have recently came out, like, within this month. The changelog... The changelog is the most recent. Oh no, the initial release was June 28th, 2025, according to the changelog. So yeah, this year. Ganon playing his organ. Okay, I will watch this later. I have to pee so bad, so I'll let you guys, well, I'll let you guys watch it. But yeah, I'll be right back. What I miss. Anyways. How old is this? Gonna take a while. Yeah, so probably, I mean, yeah, they have all the assets, right? So hopefully, like, hopefully it'll be like soon. Did I miss any hints of what's gonna happen next? Dude, I had a piece so bad. Scene select. Yay! Ooh, extra scene. Oh, can I do the extra scene? Ooh. Epilogue credits. Okay. What's this extra? Let's take a look. Let's see how far we can make it. Wait! Down on its way to heaven? Well. the handling's a little weird. It's not the worst. No, it's just me. It's just me. I just suck. What it might have been is I was looking at this screen where OBS is. Never mind, I have no excuse that time. I just suck. I guess Talon's just meant for hell. All right, full concentration.
Wiki.
I know, Stitchy. Whatever. Whatever. I'm determined. I want to at least beat one level. Whatever. Whatever. I'm sure someone's beating it. Rip for real. Okay. So I know just from seeing settings. What's R? What's my R button? E.
I probably should have did this earlier.
I do know from oh hey, hey. You want to see the intro scene? You guys who haven't seen it? I was gonna say, I know from watching someone else play that there is actually 2 other bonus things. It's so quiet. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation? No one could make such a blunder, princess. Well, I guess I should go in then. Yeah, I remember seeing from someone else that there is actually another case, but you need like the I didn't mean to hit that. You need the it's like the something pack. Transfer pack. You need a transfer pack. That's what they call it. Yeah, so there's like a card game you play with Ingo in jail. I saw that. And then yeah, there's another case and you need to have like Link to the Past or something. I don't know. I tried to set up the expansion pack and it didn't work for me. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not gonna have access to that. Thank you guys. I'm sorry I can't show like the extras. I'll see if like I can figure it out, do a separate stream with the other things we missed, but I don't know. I couldn't get it to work earlier. And I was listening, like they have a really nice guide on like what to do and such. And like how to install things, what emulators you should and shouldn't use. It's really nice. I can't wait for them to release more chapters. I'm so excited. Top tier devs and indeed. Hero of Law by the newer team. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, for staying through the whole thing. If you were here through the whole thing, if not, that's fine too. I really appreciate your support. I will see you guys later. I'm tired. My brain is starting to melt. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Bye. Ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da da da.